Hello, I'm so glad that you are here with me today. Before we talk about the topic I want to talk about today, I want to invite you to arrive with me here for just a moment. So if it feels okay, you could place a hand on your heart, maybe one on your belly. And let's take a slow, gentle breath in and out. Ooh, okay. Well, if you're here live, you're welcome to say hi in the comments. Maybe share one word for how your heart is doing right now. And if you're catching the replay, I'm really glad you're here too. Today, I want to share more of the story behind my song, What Happened to You, which is being released tomorrow, November 26th. My hope is that as I share my story, you'll feel your own heart somewhere inside of it. I'll also share how this song is really deeply connected to the healing that we do inside my sacred circles, with a special invitation for you at the end. So when I was a little girl, I learned that my safety depended on doing what I was told. If I did what I was told, I could have fun. I could relax a little and I could enjoy my life. And if I didn't, I got hurt. And when I tried to stop the hurt, when I tried to stand up for myself, I discovered that I wasn't strong enough to make it stop. At least that's how it felt in my little body. So I did what children do really well. I made up a story about myself. I'm weak. I can't protect myself. There must be something wrong with me. It wasn't true, but I believed it with my whole being. As I got older, I grew taller. I'm a tall woman. And I remember noticing that my height, it gave me kind of a leverage. Like, oh, maybe I can have power now. Maybe I won't be so easily hurt. But even as my body grew, the same relational patterns kept happening. Hello, I see you there in the comments. So the same dynamics kept happening, the same kind of hurt over and over again. And after a while, it started to feel futile. Like no matter what I did, my life would just keep repeating that same old story. Even in the middle of all that, there was this tiny, stubborn spark in me that kept looking for a way out of the pain. I kept thinking, if I can just find one person who will really hear me, if I can tell my story to someone who believes me, maybe something will finally change. But part of my story is that nobody asked. No one looked at me in the eyes and said, "What's your story? What happened to you? What did you live through? And how did it feel to be you?" Let that land. Has anyone ever asked you that? What happened to you? What's it like to be you? Those are such important questions for a little one to hear, for any of us to hear. Questions like, what do you love? What would you prefer in your life? How can I support you? How can I empower you? What are you worried about? What scares you? And what does that feel like? What would you like to know? I didn't get those questions when I needed them most. Maybe you didn't either. So the song, What Happened to You, was born out of that ache, out of the silence around my story and the stories of so many people I've walked with over the years. It's my way of turning toward that younger me and toward you, and finally ask the question most needed. What happened to you? Not what's wrong with you or why can't you just get over it, but a deeply compassionate, curious, and steady, what happened to you, love? How can I walk with you now? When you hear that song, I want you to feel that I'm sitting beside you, holding your story with so much tenderness, saying you're not broken. You adapted. You survived. And that makes so much sense. I've not done this before, and I'm not sure how it's going to come across, so I hope it's successful. But I'd love to share just a tiny piece with you of the song. Let's see if it works. You can let me know in the chat there if you can hear this okay.
One quiet morning, I looked inside, found that little girl I'd tried to hide. I asked her softly, what do you love? She whispered beauty and the light from above. What gives you joy? I asked her then. She smiled and said, heart connection, my friend.
So that's the energy of this song. A steady, compassionate presence that says, I see you. I'm curious about what happened to you. And you don't have to carry this alone anymore. And this is exactly the kind of healing that we hold inside sacred circles. In that space, we practice asking, what happened to you? In a way that is deeply honoring of your story, of your body, of your nervous system, of your timing. We gather in a small, intimate circle where it's safe to be real. There's no performance, no fixing, no rushing, just presence, empathy, and the slow unwinding of old patterns that say you're too much or that you have to handle everything on your own. In sacred circles, we gently notice what your body's saying. We bring tenderness to old survival strategies instead of judgment. We let you be witnessed in your truth instead of staying silent or invisible. Remember again and again that you belong exactly as you are. For me, this song and sacred circles are like two expressions of the same heart. The song asks the question, what happened to you? And sacred circles is the living, breathing container where you get to answer that question at your own pace and discover who you really are beneath those old stories. So if your heart is feeling a little tug right now, if you've been moving through grief, big transitions, or just this sense that it's finally time to stop abandoning yourself, this may be for you. So I have two invitations for you today. First, listen to what happened to you when it releases tomorrow, November 26th. I'll be sharing the link here, so keep an eye on my stories and posts. And when you listen, I invite you to notice which line lands in your body and where do you feel it. Allow the song to be a companion, not a critic. And the second invitation is to join the next Sacred Circles cohort beginning December 8th. If you're curious, send me a direct message with the word circle, and I'll share all the details with you. You can also drop a heart in the comments and I'll follow up. You don't have to be ready or fixed to come. You just need a little willingness to be honest with yourself and to allow yourself to be seen with kindness. Thanks for spending this time with me and for letting me share more of the story behind what happened to you. And if you're watching the replay, you can still direct message me, Circle, and I'll send you everything you need to know about the cohort starting December 8th. So remember, tomorrow, November 26th, the song will be available for you to listen, breathe with, and even cry with if that's what your heart needs. So as we close, I invite you to place a hand on your heart with me and take one more slow breath and just whisper inside, there's nothing wrong with me. Something happened in my life and I'm not alone anymore. So thank you for being here. I'm holding your story with so much love, and I'll see you tomorrow when the song goes live.